Right on time, every time. Dropping dimes at the scene of the crime. Here I am. The unimpeachable president for life. And there's no one here. Okay, we got one. Oh, yeah. As you can see, my phone's still up and down. I am very unhappy about that. But I'm in a good mood today, so I'm going to try not to let it bother me. You ever heard that song? Not gonna let it bother me tonight. Well, that's me. No, sorry, I'm making the thing bounce. Probably making a lot of noise right now. All right. I saw a bunch of you when I went back and watched the Halloween show after we were done. Saw a bunch of you in there. What I want to say is thank you to each and every one of you that watched it, that wrote us, private messages about us, commented on the post, and you made your memes, whatever the hell they're called, and especially those that made contributions to help us foot the bill for all this. And we appreciate the hell out of it. We really do. We got the best fans in the world. And it's only fitting, since we're the best band in the world. Oh yeah. In a good mood today, in a good mood today. Today, you know what I'm going to talk about? I'm going to talk about the Halloween show broadcast. And you're going, well, damn, Jeff Clayton, we just saw that. We know what that's all about. Nah, you don't know what it's all about. Oh, no. Tons of stuff going on there. There's a lot of Easter eggs in there, too. Man, I'm ill prepared. I got home kind of late. I had to stop and buy old Cactus Jack some food. Had to buy 2 big old bags of it, and stopping and doing that kind of put me behind a little bit. Hold 1 second here. I can spy exactly what I need. Hold 1 second. Go away, coming back, coming back. All right, here I go. Here I go. All right. Yeah, I guess first let me tell you what's new on the old farm. Y'all seen that? Oh yeah. That's a nice patch right there, huh? Come on, order them up. Order them up. Got a small quantity. That's beautiful, isn't it? But don't worry, yours won't be backwards. Yours will be the right way. And I also got a batch of these that I told a few of y'all about this weekend. Now, see that? That's some artwork I did for Gigi a long time ago. Someone turned it into a patch, and I'm selling them. $5 a piece. But a bunch of people bought them the day that I announced that I have them, but they sent me $5 from their phone, and it did not feature their address in it. And so I went back and wrote to the people where it says contact Jim GG fan, and none of them have wrote me back and gave me their address. So you may send me $5, but if I don't know where to send it, I ain't gonna send it. Can you dig it? You got to tell me something. I wish I could tell you more about this, but I still haven't got one weighed at the post office. I don't know what the hell it's going to cost to ship these sons of bitches. All right. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet today, but it's going to be action-packed. Action-packed. First, you know what we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about a couple Easter eggs that was on the broadcast this weekend. All right. You may have noticed that when I put on the pilgrim hat, there were people going, the hat, the hat. You know why they're saying the hat? Because it is the hat that I wore on our very first record. Look at there. Who's that? John Bon Jovi? Look at that hat. Looks better than damn Richie Blackmore wearing one. That's right. But, yeah, it's the hat, not a reasonable facsimile of. I'll tell you how it's still around, man. There was a time when I was getting really, really hard up for some bread. I put the hat on eBay. I was asking $200 for it. Now, that was a long time. That was about 10 years ago when I get to thinking about it. It was about 10 years ago. And no, I wouldn't be asking for that now. I'd be asking a hell of a lot more than that now. But my brother, Greg, who runs Aardvark Screen Printing, he calls me up and said, "Don't sell that hat." And I said, "Man, I'm strapped, man. I need damn money." He said, "I'll buy the hat." And I said, "You'll buy it?" He said, "Man," he goes, "we can't let that go." I felt bad taking the money from him, but I needed it. I really needed it. And he was adamant about buying it. So he bought it. Someone else wanted to buy it, but they had collector scum intentions with it, you know. But I'm glad I sold it to my brother. But I said to my brother, "Hey, when we do the Halloween show on the Facebook Live, I need to borrow the hat." He told me, you know, he gave it to me, no problem. But yeah, that was the hat. Oh yeah. See the banner that was behind us? I sold that banner to somebody out in Portland. On one side, it's the infamous Eagle banner. On the other side, you know, we're very thrifty. We make two banners be one, or one banner be two. Sorry. On the other side, we did the Dawn of ANTiSEEN design. And we were thinking, man, we need to get a new Dawn of ANTiSEEN design. Well, man, the time was, how are you? 3:30 this morning. Woo! Anyway. So we didn't have time to do a new one. So I contacted Mr. John Phillips, who bought the banner. And I was like, "Johnny Blue!" I said, "Man, can we use that banner again?" He said, "You know, you ship it out. I'll pay for the shipping out. And I'll ship it back, and I'll put some stuff in there to make it worth your time." So that's a piece of ANTiSEEN history that returned to the stage as well. Now, let me tell you another story. I wish I was better at remembering years, because this would be very important, but I don't remember years. But I just remember we played with, we played one of those festivals called the Beer Olympics in Atlanta, Georgia. Particular show we played, I think we played with Templars, Youth Brigade, Iron Cross, one of my personal favorites. Lots of other bands. And this was back when we were doing the flaming tables. You know, all the wrestling gimmickry. And that chain, this is that chain. The actual chain used on the Boys from Brutalsville album cover. We wanted a real exaggerated chain to use for that, and you know, that's pretty damn exaggerated. You know, but so we finished the Beer Olympics. We broke the table. You know, we lit fireworks off or something, I guess. You know, breaking some more shit. And we left the chain. Some kid jumped up on the stage and grabbed it all up, took off with it. And honestly, I don't really care. But man, years later, it must have been 7 or 8 years later, we're in Myrtle Beach. And we're getting ready to go on, and some guy comes up, introduces himself. Yeah, I saw you guys at the Beer Olympics in Atlanta. Oh, okay, yeah. We played twice, but, you know, and to be honest with you, I don't know which one that was, the first one or the second one. But, he says, yeah, and I brought something tonight that I stole from you guys, and I would like to return it. I'm like, stole? We don't recall anything being gone, you know, but here he comes in with that damn chain. I was laughing. Like, man, you didn't have to tote that damn chain around, you know, and bring it back. And he said, he felt better about it, you know, so, all right. So, the one we used the other night, that was the very chain. Let's see, there's another one. Let me think here. Well, I guess there's not. But I don't know, you know, you guys, you tuned in at 8 o'clock and probably went to the ANTiSEEN Facebook page. A lot of people did. And the damn thing wasn't playing. Some of those changes that Facebook is doing for us. We're all in this together. Yeah, they fixed me where I can't turn my phone sideways. Well, they fixed it to where we couldn't do a live event off the ANTiSEEN page. It went to the event page. Now, I was talking to Brother Dave Prino the other day, and or today, I guess. And he says, maybe it was yesterday. And he was like, yeah, I got a notification that an event that I said I'm going to is now going on live. I mean, when we were done playing, we had 1,500 views. Today we have 5,000. Now, I don't remember how long we left the original Facebook broadcast show up, but we got 18,000 views on that, so. So, yeah. Look at there, Chad Ramsey showing up for some good old live around here. Coming to see the unimpeachable president for life. Well, let me tell you a little bit about what went on behind the scenes. You know the cool opening? That was, I sent Barry the pictures. Barry and Wes Cobb pretty much, I think Barry gave the ideas and Wes did the actual putting it together. But you know the scene where the train light goes woof, and then when it fades, and everywhere, pumpkin head on, that scene almost didn't happen. Wednesday before the show, I went and bought 5 pumpkins. The 4 that were behind us on the drum platforms and amps, and the one that I had on my head. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Hi, damn. I'm really sleepy today, but in a good mood. So hopefully I'm still entertaining. But, that was Wednesday, and, we came home, and my stepdaughter and I, we carved them out, and in pretty good time, too. We got all 5 of those done pretty damn quick. But I kept them in here, in the mail order room. And it's nice and AC in here, you know, so they stayed good. Oh, yeah, Nick, I'll tell you about that in a minute, okay? So it came the weekend. Like me, all of us are pretty much up there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Each day had its own thing we were paying attention to. And man, I built those flash pots just like Friday, a couple hours before I went over there, and we were doing tests. And man, we did one, and it was picture perfect, but we could not get him to do it again. Seems that through the wisdom of Brother Dave Winecoop, who used to be our pyrotechnician back in the day, but when we did the barbed wire shows and they would explode when I fell into them, we called him to get his wisdom. And he says, you can't have a metal bottom. It's like, if those wires are touching that metal on those cans, it's going to short out and it won't spark. So we had to take things apart. You know, Barry cut the bottom out of the cans, gave them back to me. We put the screws back in, and you know, and then got it together. It's just a minor setback, and we tested them, and they worked like a charm. So we said, okay, we're not gonna blow off 4 of them again, because see, one was going on my head. We're not going to blow off 4 of them again. So, what we'll do now is we'll just go ahead and set them in place. Well, pumpkins are in there. Saturday, we came up. We didn't mess with the flash pots or the pumpkins or nothing. And I remember Friday saying to Malcolm, I was like, man, it's damn October, and it feels hotter in here to me now than it did back in June. And it was warm. So, still didn't fuck with the pumpkins that day. We just said, you know, the next day we'll rig the flash pots up, put the gunpowder in, and then we'll set everything up. So Sunday came. Me and Barry were up there early, man. We were going through all that stuff, and Barry happened to bump into one of Malcolm's bases, and the base fell, but it fell onto the pumpkin. Now, by all accounts, it just went like boom. No, it went boom, and it went. Man, that pumpkin was like a gigantic pumpkin bowl of pumpkin soup. So then I look at the one that's going on my head. And I look in it, man, there was mold all in it. It had grown. It was gray, some was black, some was white. I was like, God almighty. And then we start touching all the pumpkins. They're all just soupy. Like you could take them and just do like this with them. If you went too far, they just squish. So, from that point on, anyone that walked in the door were like, do not touch the pumpkins. And I was like, well, man, we're only going to have 3 to cover the flat spots. I said, look, let's take the one that's going on my head, and we'll put it on the 4th flat spot. And we will just have to open the show with the pilgrim hat. And we knew the hat would get a pop midway through, but now it's going to have to be the opener. Well, our loyal road dog Brandon gets there. And he's like, oh, man, you want me to go around and see if I can find one? And I was like, well, yeah. I mean, if you can find one, and we can get it ready in time. I mean, and at this point, we're talking, it's just a couple hours before we're supposed to go on. Well, Brandon is going to all these places. You know, we're a week before Halloween now. A lot of places are getting low. And he's going around asking, hey, do you have a pumpkin that could fit on someone's head? And they're just like, what? And he's like, yeah. And actually, the guy's got a real big head, so it's got to be pretty damn big. He's sending us pictures. How about this one? We're like, look how big that is. Look how big his hands are to that. I'm like, no, that won't work. So he finally walks in, man, and we're talking about it's about an hour before we're going on at this point. So he brings it over, and I instantly just whip out this knife. I start cutting the bottom out. All right, pulled the bottom off, threw it in a trash can. I said, all right, get the guts out, and we'll see how quick, we can get this rolling. Man, Brandon went in there with his bare hands, just like a badger, digging. Man, he's just like digging this. I mean, and when I come over and look when he was done, man, it was clean. That pumpkin was clean. I had some pumpkin goo all in me, but I mean, what the hell? So I turn it around, I just start cutting the face out. I don't even know what it looks like. It's so quick. But so again, we're just like, okay, now it's like 15 minutes, and now it's all right. We are doing the pumpkin, so hat went in the back. Made sure I could walk with the pumpkin on my head, and I said, now can you catch this? And he's like, yeah. I said, it's pretty damn big. And so what happened then was the great intro that you saw. So it worked out really good. Though, and the flash spots, we had a mishap with those. Like the one went off, and then Brandon starts flipping the switch. We told him to leave it alone, but he starts flipping it. And when he did that, it sent the current through. But I mean, I think if it had stayed on, it would have eventually run the other 3. But pop, 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 and then finally. And see, I'm on one knee, facing the cameras. I see the light, I feel the heat, I'm like, okay, they went off, good. So then I pull up to get the barbed wire baseball bat, because I'm gonna smack all of them. Well, I stood up, and I'm going back there to get them, and man, I took a couple steps, and bam, the other 3 went off. That was quite a surprise. My wife's always said to me, you have pushed the envelope with that nonsense for, you know, going close to 40 years now, and you've never gotten seriously hurt. And she knows, she says to me, someone's looking out for you. But, yeah, this could be a, if I had walked over there just a little quicker, this would be a tribute. Break on through to OJC. But fortunately for me, here I am, rocking you like a hurricane. I mean, I really appreciate all the nice messages you guys and gals sent, and I know sometimes there was so many I can only write thanks or send you a thumbs up or something, and I really hate that. But I wish I could, sit and write out something to every one of you, but I mean, there's a ton of them. And but I just want to take this time to tell you now that, man, even after all these years doing it, I think we're like 3 years away from 40 years for this band, for this one band. I never take that for granted. It's still as important to me now as it was when we first started and we're looking for approval. Now we don't give a shit if we get approval or not. But when we do, and it means something to you guys, man, it just means a lot to us. To me in particular. And thank you. Thank you. But, let's see. Guys, I've been trying to stretch these out for an hour, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. I think I'm going to go till I run out of stuff. And if I see some questions, I'll answer them. But other than that, man, I think I'm going to skip on down the old yellow brick road. But let me see if there's anything else around. I got stashed around here I wanted to talk to y'all about. I don't see nothing. Well, on the horizon we got Split with Before I Hang. We just listened to the test pressings and they are wonderful. I can't wait till this comes out. It's been a long time, and man, it's been a long time coming that we should have already done a Split with Before I Hang, and that is an honor all in itself. And then the fact that I told you guys this is a concept. It's a rock opera. It's called Guyana Great, but it's got movements, 3. And to be honest with you, I'm a little too sleepy now to remember what those are called. But one of them is a song by a great Texas band from Houston, Texas, called The Hates, and the song is called Last Hymn. And basically this whole thing developed out of just me wanting to cover the song Last Hymn by The Hates. I wanted to do it ever since, Joe, it was Joe and I. But we never did. And that's the thing with ANTiSEEN, man. I've told people, I said, they give me ideas, or they're in the band and bring up ideas. And I say, well, listen, just because we're not talking about it right now, I said, it's still in the incubator. It's still there. And if it's a good idea, it's going to happen. Maybe in a year or two. Maybe in 10 or 20 years. But it does happen. But I got so many things now I've started talking about. I started talking about me starting my label. I started talking about getting the grave plot for the Young Brothers. Now that, we are going to take up that again after the holidays. And the reason I want to wait is because we got the elections next week. We got to see how that goes. Got to make sure, the whole country doesn't erupt into chaos, or if it does, see how long it lasts. And after the holidays, we will bring that project back up to the front, and we'll start working on it. Matter of fact, the guy that is putting out the split with us and Before I Hang, apparently works somewhere where they sell those vaults where you put cremains in, and he was giving me some advice and showing me some things we could do, and yeah, we decided we want to get him a big tombstone, a big one. And I think, you know, with all of us pitching in, it won't be too bad. And I think we can get it done. And I think it'll look good. I think it's something the brothers would have loved. And I think it's that, you know, anyone that decides to go visit them, pay their respects, will be very pleased. And feel that it suits. Matter of fact, whenever I get the sketches and all that going, I will hip all y'all here on Break On Through to it first. So yeah, just because I don't bring stuff up, it's still there. It's still there. It's coming. Don't you worry about a thing. You need one of these. You can put it on a hat, put it on a vest, put it on a jacket, put it on your underoos. My buddy Daryl Tinsley, he ordered a scrub board from me, and there's a couple of you guys that have scrub boards coming to you. I mean, believe me, the guy that wanted the ANTiSEEN scrub board and signed by the whole band, you are getting the red one with the glow-in-the-dark stars and logo on it that I played on the Halloween broadcast. So, but yeah, I see all you guys saying, hey, you didn't get the notifications and stuff. Man, it's on the ANTiSEEN page now. Should be at the top. I'm going to pin it to the top. I want to see if we can get 20,000 views. 20,000! And I think I've gotten everybody's t-shirts out. Man, I messed up my man Mike Oldhouse and my man Ronnie Gentleman. I tried to get through this one without many mistakes, but I made a couple. But all of them have gone out except for the overseas ones. They're going out this week. So if you're overseas and you're wondering where's my damn Dawn of ANTiSEEN shirt, it's coming. Well, I guess that's all I got for now. And again, I apologize for being so fucking worn out, man. I got up at 3:30 this morning. And I appreciate you understanding, and Miss Clayton's in there working hard on a damn good dinner. I don't need that. I'll probably fall asleep on the couch watching some of that good old Fox News. Eddie Haskett, all the Dawn shirts are gone. Eddie, they are not all gone, but I have got to make sure that everyone that have pre-ordered them got theirs. And when I'm positive of that, I will list how many I have and what sizes I have, and I'll make them available to all you guys. But Chris Cook, man, Chris took some amazing photos from the show the other night. You'll be seeing them pop up. I don't like to give everything because I have a feeling this is going to be live from quarantine 2. But there's some that's just too amazing to not show you guys. And they'll be popping up on the ANTiSEEN page, my page. So Hell, if you got time, go by and listen to a Repo Talk over at Repo Record page. Hear what Jimmy's got to talk about. He just had a record store day. And he might still have some good stuff left, man. Just check it out. Maybe stores in your area didn't have the stuff or whatever. But listen, you guys, thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching the show the other night. It was a pleasure to do it for you, man. And hell, I'm going to go try to get some sleep. Can you dig it? Take care, everybody.